you telling me you're struggling because you have nothing else to read. Everything has been read. Okay. Let me see. No, Little Bear, no.
No, I'm still reading that.
You still reading Dicey Song? Okay.
And I already read all of those.
You read all of those? Okay. Yeah, you have read all of those. How about, you want something quick or you want something...
Quick.
Well, see, yeah, okay, that's what I thought, because you already have, you're reading the Boxcar Children. Get down.
I already read that, and that was quick.
Which one was that? Oh, the Julian stories. Dream Doctor. Okay. Turn it.
Turn it off.
You want to read that one?
How many chapters? It's what makes us speak.
I know you could get through that one in a day, really. Oh, see, the struggle is a little bit real when you have, you know, they will read them over and over again, but after so long, you know, this has been 3 years, so...
There are only a couple chapters. It says there's only 13
they need
chapters.
Fresh material. So, yeah. I'm trying to, you know, like I said, these are the ones in the front generally are the ones that they can get into now.
It has drawings in it.
It has drawings in it. Oh, yes, like the other one. So you want to read that one?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you can go back. See, this one is really thick. But he, you know, he switches gears. He's reading the Boxcar Children and... yeah. This bin up here is complete. He read this bin in 2 weeks. So... and these are all thick. So no doubt if that's why he's bored here and across the room. So, yeah. I have to, I don't know, it's not that many more up here that he has not read. So I'm gonna have to get some more. I can get,
What did you do to that bowl? What did you do to
I didn't do anything. I ate it. A couple of these are back here read aloud, so that is why we're not back there. But,
I want to be
yeah. I might give him this one next. You guys see my selection, my process.
Oh, don't!
He can handle the jacket.
You took it out. No.
And I'm aware of the nature, the content. So, yeah. I don't give them anything that I don't know about. And I'm trying to think of what else is up here.
Right there.
Class Bully. Read that one.
Someone has a hole in their brain.
Corner of the Universe. I think he did read that one. I think I just saw somebody talk about this book.
I said that to you. Mom said that to you.
Yeah.
No, that's you. That's only the you have. One, you're sorry for me.
Yeah.
covered with hair.
We do have some C.S. Lewis in here, and we have some Harry Potter. I use Harry Potter with discretion. And, yeah, because of the nature of it, the wizardry and sorcery and all of that. So we're very, well, I'm very, reserved. It's, you know, I save it.
No!
And they know.
No!
Uh-oh. What is, they know fantasy from what is taught in the eyes of our creator standpoint. So, yeah, but I wouldn't encourage anybody, you know, especially if you are not secular, you know, if you're Christian or you're Bible based, those are the ones. And you know, obviously you would know that. You watch out for that. You may not even have them in the home, but because I have read them, I'm fine. If they can tackle slavery, they can handle that. In fact, I am on the fence about, what is that movie, A Wrinkle in Time? Yeah. I'm on the fence about it. I don't think I'm going to let them see it. I want to see it. But,
February 19th.
You know, that is not, yeah. I just want to see it because of who's in it. I don't want to necessarily expose them to that right now. So, yeah. Alright, so. Oh, goodness.
He thinks my scout is locked up in jail.
Oh, goodness. So I feel I need to go on the hunt for some books. I'm on a search for some more. I need some more chapter books. And, it should suffice appetite-wise. Soon, hopefully, I can get something in here. You guys know me. I'm trying to, you know, I have my magic $10, $20 that I stay within. So hopefully I can look up and get, you know, what I need, what I want in that price range. I'm not going over that. I can work magic. And that's with shipping. So, yeah. Anywho. That's my little spiel on these books. All the silliness comes out. Let's see. I need to really go through some of these. Some of these I have doubles. I think I'm getting ready to get rid of some of the doubles. I don't know. I need to.
I want another picture.
Over here looking for books to read too. You find anything interesting? What you had? Oh boy. Let me see. Shucky Ducky. When the Cows Come Home. Your favorite book? One of your favorite books?
I need some help.
Be careful, don't bend it.
I need some help.
You need some help reading it? Just a minute. First you need to pick up your game and then we'll read.
I need someone to help me pick up.
Okay. Just a minute. Aaliyah will help you. Let her pick out a book.
I'm
And
trying.
so, yeah, this is why we have a library, because we have library times, and you know, it just, they need diversity. Be careful. So we shop our shelves. I shop my shelves all the time for curriculum and things like that. Very good. And you know, although they've read all these books over the years, I'm pulling certain ones to use them for lessons. So instead of buying new, like I did say, I'm getting in the market for new chapter books, but those are also going to be used for lessons. You know, I'm intentional, very intentional, even on chapter book. Still on the hunt for Cricket in Times Square, because I didn't get that one in the order I placed in the summer, and I need it. I needed it then. Okay, so hopefully I will find a lot in my price range with that book. Let's see. Yeah, I do a lot of shopping around on my shelves. I don't have to look for anything. You know, I see the new and this and that, but honestly, anytime I think of a lesson or something we're focused on, I can come to the shelf. We already have it. And I'm just like, it's like shopping. You know, bingo, it's here. Just the very book I need. It just works out so perfectly. So, yeah. You know, it may not be a ton of things, but it's just what I need. I don't need 15 books on one subject. You know, 1 or 2 on each subject is fine. Or not even each subject, you know. Just, like I said, it just happens. It works in my favor that I always find what I need. I've not had an incident where, you know, I feel like I'm lacking or I need to get more. You know, I don't know. It's just, I'm saying I need more. We need more chapter books, because I'll put it in the envelope. You know, obviously if they're outgrowing them, yes, but not that I need more just to have more, you know, for a number count. So, yeah. And I'm telling you guys, honestly, I read from these shelves. I still like to read kids' chapter books. Okay? So, yeah. I still read them myself sometimes, and not into some of them I'm pre-reading again to refresh my memory, but sometimes I just pick up a book just to read it, because, you know, I have nothing else to do. So, yeah. Do you guys do that? Am I the only one? Do you delight in children's books? Actually, I'm working on one. That was the first thing I had ever written in my life. And I'm working on another one. So, I need some inspiration. Inspiration. Okay, said the ranger. I guess I'm stuck. What do you need? Yogi took a deep breath and said, bubblegum. A whole lot of bubblegum. And a barn. Oh yes, and a lot of wool. That's just been shaved from some sheep. And some money. What do you think he's going to do with bubblegum?
Eat it.
Eat it? You think so? How's that going to help with the mountain lions?
He's going to give it to them.
Bubblegum, exploded Ranger. Exploded the Ranger. You're going to get rid of the mountain lions with bubblegum, bubblegum? Yogi, even you aren't that crazy. See, Boo Boo, said Yogi. What did I tell you? All right, but I hope you know what you're doing, groaned the Ranger. How much bubblegum? All you can get. A ton of it. How much is a ton?
1,000 pieces of it.
1,000 pieces? 12 pieces? And the wool from at least 20 sheep. Show me 20. How do you make 20?
10 and 10.
Good. And don't forget the money. 10 and 10 make 20, Alia? Very good. That afternoon, helicopters arrived, loaded with bubble gum and wool. Ranger Smith showed up. The two bears showed the two bears where the barn was, and the helicopters unloaded the bubble gum and the wool. The ranger gave them the money, and Yogi and Boo Boo went to work. They worked for 3 days and nights without eating or sleeping. Look at Yogi and Boo Boo. When they were finished, they were so tired, all they could do was grin, shake hands with each other, and fall over sound asleep. 3 days later, the ranger came into the barn and woke them up. So they're shaking hands. Look at there. The commissioner and the superintendent want to see you, he said. They want to give you two both rewards and pin medals on you. It worked. Huh? Asked Yogi sleepily. We caught every mountain lion in the park without a fight. They caught all the mountain lions with bubblegum, exclaimed the ranger. How'd you do it? It wasn't easy, said Boo Boo, all excited. We had to warm up the bubblegum so it was nice and chewy. Then we made statues of sheep out of the bubblegum. We stuck the wool on the statues and took them to all of the places we thought the mountain lions might go. The minute one of them took a bite of a statue, he was a goner. So the mountain lions thought that the sheep statues were real. They were trying to eat them, added Yogi. He was all tangled up with bubble gum. It was in his mouth, head, and paws. Goodbye, Mr. Mountain Lion. I think they did something very clever. Now, wait one doggone minute, yelled the ranger. You couldn't fool a mountain lion with bubble gum. He smelled the difference. We thought of that, said Yogi. We sort of sprinkled something on the wool. That's what we used some of the money for. What did you sprinkle on the wool? Asked the ranger. Catnip. So catnip is what cats eat, right? So they sprinkled that on the wool of the sheep. So because the mountain lion is a cat, right? Yeah. So he thought it was food.
They're big cats.
Yeah, they didn't smell the bubblegum scent. They smelled the catnip scent. But you couldn't hold a mountain lion with just bubblegum. It's kind of chewy and sticky, but he'd get away anyhow, insisted the ranger. We mixed a little something with the bubblegum, said Yogi. That's what we used the rest of the money for. So what did they mix? Okay. Tell me, said the ranger. I'll believe anything. What did you mix with the bubble gum? Glue, said Yogi and Boo Boo together and went back to sleep. Do you think that could really happen? But was it a fun story? You like the story? So we've read Yogi and we've read about the cows coming home. Cows did some interesting things. They got out of the barn and out of the field and they went to go play fiddles.
I want some boiled eggs.
Now you ready for some boiled eggs. All right. So you two were good listeners during story time. You sat here just as good, and I just did not expect to pull out the camera because normally I miss it, but I'm glad I remembered to bring it out. So story time with these two, you know, this is what we do. And what is that word I asked you about earlier in the story? What was that word I asked you? Did you know what it was? What it meant? No, I asked you about the money. I asked you polite. Was it polite I asked you about? Yes, polite. So we talked about the word polite. So when I'm reading to them, I'm picking out things and asking them questions. And, you know, it's comprehension. So we discussed being polite. We've been talking a lot about shaking hands. They encountered that in a lot of stories lately. And, you know, we're practicing that thing. So, yeah, I just find, you know, things and just, you know, pull them out and things that stick out to me. We talked about what color mountain lions are. They're dangerous, ferocious, we talked about. So that's all I do. And, you know, you could turn this into art, let them draw. Maybe not the mountain lion, but, you know, Yogi. Boo Boo. I used to love Yogi Bear. But anywho, like I said, this is what I do. I take a lot of the books and just sit down with them and do this. Sometimes I need to, maybe I should just start filming more. But yeah, take the opportunity, you know, and this really helps them because they're not up to all the time the long books they want to be read too. So these little books, these 2 little books, 3 little books, whatever they give me, we sit down and read these. So, story time. And now you want a snack. So money in here. So pull out the things that you can really capitalize on in these little books because there really is value. 39 cents. There is really value in these books. And do I consider this great? No, it's a classic to me. This is definitely a classic. But there was a good lesson in it. So yeah, these books we don't mind. Look at that. They caught the mountain lion. Look at there. All tied up, right?
Yeah. I see.
And they have their medals on because they did a good deed.
Yeah.
And they saved everybody from the mountain lions, right? It's quite an old book.
Pink.
For us.
Yellow.
They do remember it. Be careful. Yeah, let me know, thumbs up, and let me know in the comments if this is, if you want to see more of how I do, you know, especially with the little ones with these books.